Good afternoon, Mower Medic 1. Today I have an HRC 216 Honda commercial mower. The complaint is it has no motion drive. 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the drive shaft, but we'll go through and I'll show you how to check it. Remove your inspection cover for the drive shaft right here. Get down here on the ground so I can show you what I'm doing here. If you can see it, here's your engine. Here's your stub shaft coming out, or the shaft coming out of the engine. It's coupled to a drive shaft that has like a constant velocity joint in it. Normally it's the one on the motor side that goes bad. The one on the transmission side is usually pretty good. But let's get it cranked up and we'll see if it's turning or not. The handle. So basically the CV joint on this drive shaft is gone out, and I'm going to show you how to replace it. You're going to need to remove the blades and the baffle that houses the transmission. Just a baffle to keep all the debris out. 10mm screws, nuts, bolts. 1, 2, 3. There's one here, and I believe there's one back in the back by the transmission. I gotta get the light so I can show you. Once you get the blades off, you can see there's a 14mm here and a 14mm right here and a 12mm on top. It's a bolt that goes through. Just zip those off with your impact wrench. There's going to be a couple of 10mm headed nuts or bolts that are going to be hidden. Just take your screwdriver and scrape all the grass out from around it. There'll be one right there, and there's one right here, if you can see it. And then there's 3 more right here. 1, 2, 3. Take those 5 bolts out, and the baffle will come right out. Once you get your screws out, just take your screwdriver and go between the bar and the baffle, and it should just pop right out. A lot of times there's grass and stuff built up behind it. It's got it locked, but other than that, it should come right out of there. Oops, I lied. Look here. There's one more 10mm you got to take out. If you look, this baffle is actually broken right here. I'll have to weld this when I get back to the shop, but that whole thing will just come out of the way. You set it on the ground. Now, you can get right to the drive shaft pretty easy. First thing you want to do, if you can see it, get my light situated, there is a little rubber O-ring right here. Peel it back out the way, and you can peel the boot back a little bit. You don't have to take it all away, but and you can rotate this around, and you can see that it's got a snap ring right here. Take your duckbill pliers and squeeze it and just get it up out of the way, and there's a pin right behind it. This is what I mean by duckbill. You can take and squeeze, if I can get it in the light here, take and squeeze it, and then you can get it pushed to one side right there, and then you can see the little pin that you got to push out right there. Sometimes they're stuck in there, but this one seems to be cooperating. Let me get a little punch and see how it goes. I may have to get a little punch and just tap this pin out, and that's pretty much it. Sometimes you may have to replace that little pin, it'd be wore out, but this one's good, so, and they're hardened, so this one's good. Basically, on the other end of the drive shaft is the same thing. Just remove your snap ring and push the pin out. On the one that's facing the, it's nearest the engine, you may have to pull the rope to get that snap ring to come around. I can't see what I'm doing, but hold on just a second. Go. I'm actually turning the motor by hand down here on the crank. There we go. If you can see it, just do the same thing with this snap ring right here. I apologize for the low light people. Just have to do what I got. Snap ring coming off. There we go. Get on there. Sometimes they can be a pain in the arse. There we go. Oops. Turn the crank a little more. I'm going to turn it the other way. Nope, can't turn it that way. Yep. Didn't quite get it off all the way. Oh, sorry if y'all can't see this. I'll edit this if it doesn't come out. Slide that pin out of the way. I mean the C-clip, or clip it holds that all along. There we go. That's about right. Now then. Now then, we can get to it. Went too far. Where is my pin? There's the pin. Push that little dude out, and it fell out. I heard it hit the tabletop. But anyway, now that you got the pins out, you can actually take this whole drive shaft, slide it towards the transmission, then slide it this way, and voila, you got the old one in your hand. Let's get the new one and put it back. Reverse assembly is the same as disassembly. Always compare your new one to your old one. Honda makes, I think, 2 or 3 styles of this, depending on the K series of your mower. This one's actually a K3, I believe. I think it's the same through the K6 now, but I'm not real sure. You can buy the half shaft, which basically is just this piece, which usually goes bad, but you just don't want to do that. You want to replace the whole drive shaft assembly. Part number is right there, if you can see that. There we go. Well, I didn't realize I was going to have to replace the cable on this until I looked at it a while ago. Here's the new one. There's the old one. You see how that's V-grooved? That ain't supposed to be like that. So just go ahead and replace the cable while you got it all tore down. It's real easy. You take the 2 bolts that hold the bracket on, slide your new cable in this bracket right here, and just feed the cable up through the deck. It's got a big old hole, you can't get it wrong, and feed it up there and put it back on the handle. But yeah, if your cable's V-grooved like that, it's wow. Time to replace it. Just start your screws with your new cable in there. Everything's looking good. And just get everything tightened down, and we'll get the drive shaft back in here in just a minute. When you get ready to install your new drive shaft, the C-clips or the ring clips, I don't know how to tell you how to do it. You just do it by trial and error, but you just want to set it on there just halfway around. Here's the other end. to where you can actually get the pin through there. That clip will stay on that outer lip of that drive shaft, and whenever you get everything in there, you'll just push it with a screwdriver and it'll just pop right on. But let's get it on there, we'll get the pins in, and we'll get it back going here in just a minute. Slide your new drive shaft in and onto the motor shaft, if you can see it there, like that. And then you can slide this one right into the transmission, like that. Your pin will go in there just like yay. Sorry about that. Don't let it push all the way through. And then just tap it just a little bit. Take your screwdriver. If it's good, it will just pop right on. Just like that. Twist it, make sure it's good, and just do the other clip just like that. When you get ready to put this other pin through, you just may have to turn the crankshaft. Hope you can see that. Turn it until I see a little daylight coming through there, and right there, that pin should drop right in. I messed up. First one that can tell me what I did wrong, I'll send you a free hat. Just send me your address in the links or in the comments. Just install your pin on the next U-joint shaft up here. See if I can get it for you. Get that light in there. And I'm gonna have to spin it around a little bit. And there it is. Just 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, there we go. You gotta remember, folks, I'm doing this one-handed. Get that pin in there. There we go. Just don't let it fall all the way through. And right there should be good. Take your screwdriver and pop that ring in place just like that. That's how it's supposed to do. But anyway, that is it. We are done. All you have to do now is put your baffles and stuff back on and go mow some grass. But anyway, if y'all have any questions about Honda mowers, Honda commercial mowers, or Honda mowers in general, Briggs & Stratton, Tecumseh, Kawasaki, Kohler, Onan, it don't make a difference. Just let me know. Mower Medic 1. Y'all have a great night.